Eurovision is back! Oh, is it so good to be back? Thank God. Thank God for that. And what a first semi-final we have had. 10 countries have made it through out of a list of 16. But what are my opinions of it? Well, that's what you want to know, isn't it? Roll those damn titles! Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everybody. I am Jamie Vision, and welcome back to a brand new video. The first semi-final has come, and it has gone. Oh, it's so sad to see it go, but nevertheless, we have enjoyed it very thoroughly. Eurovision is officially back with fans, it has to be said. Bit risky if you ask me, but nevertheless, it has been a fantastic show, and what a semi-final. Like, it was so strong. I cannot fault it whatsoever, but we could go on all day, but this is going to be a very, very long video, so I might as well just get on with my thoughts as to who deserves to qualify out of those 10 qualifiers, and of course we pay homage to those who didn't qualify and give my thoughts on why they didn't qualify and who did qualify. You get the idea. My opinions and analysis of every single thing. And of course I will give a brief shout out as to which country has been allocated first half or second half in the grand final from those 10 qualifiers. So without any further ado, I almost got you there. Because of course, before we begin, smash that like button as hard as you possibly can, and of course smash that subscribe button as hard as you possibly can, because I've got more Eurovision content to come, not just throughout this week of Eurovision goodness, but also post it as well. I've got all things Eurovision if you want me to do that. Please do let me know in the comments below what you want me to do though afterwards, after, well, all of this Eurovision is over and done with. But nevertheless, let's get on with it. So let's start off with, first and foremost, the 10 qualifiers from this year's Eurovision Song Contest. And they are in order as announced on the night: Norway, Israel, Russia, Azerbaijan, Malta, Lithuania, Cyprus, Sweden, Belgium, and Ukraine. So let's go in the order as per where they were announced on the night. And I'm going to start off with my thoughts on Norway. Oh, I am so relieved. I am so relieved that this got through. It's a great quality song. Actually, it's better than it sounds. It really is. Trust me on that. The performance was as wacky as you'd expect. Copy-paste as per the national final. The added twist is that during the bridge parts, we saw, bless his cotton socks, Andreas, given his real name, take off his glasses and show what he calls, of course, his weakness. I consider it as a fantastic strength. He obviously suffers with Tourette's syndrome. This is what he got in his eyes, hence why he wears those sunglasses to hide his Tourette's. But Tix came out as Andreas tonight, and boy, do Norway more than deserve to qualify for the final. But of course now it'll be interesting to see where they place compared to theirs over.
It should have been Kina in the final. Yes, it should have been Kina. That should have represented Norway.
Whatever, just shut up. Norway have qualified with Tix, deal with it. And they deserve it, absolutely deserve it. Next up, Israel. Now, while I am very pleased that actually this did get through, I'm actually a little bit kind of surprised. Not that surprised, but I would have thought, I mean, for me it was a bit of a toss-up. I thought it'll either scrape through or scrape out. For me, going into the show, I thought it would scrape out. And having seen the performance, I thought it would scrape out. I really did think it would scrape out. I didn't think personally it was going to make it, but hey, I was proved wrong. It's a good quality song, and she, Edina herself, has achieved a new record in Eurovision's history, probably added to the Guinness Book of World Records, no doubt, but she has now achieved the highest note ever sung on a Eurovision record in history, which of course is a B flat 6. Fantastic job, Eden, you deserve it. And Israel, do you know what? Yeah, I'll definitely go for it in the final. That is for sure. They've gained a new record in the process, and they progressed to the final. What else can you say? Sorry, my voice is going a little bit because I've obviously shouted a few times. Third up, Russia. Now, I'm not personally a bit of a fan of this song, but I am not in the least bit surprised it has gone through. It's Russia. Of course, Russia normally tends to do well. And you know what? Yeah. You know what? I did kind of enjoy it, I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't say it's gone up in my estimation, but you know what? It was actually good quality. overall. I mean, the outfit that she was in to begin with. I mean, I have no idea what she said in Russian, obviously, but you know what? They deserve it. I'm saying it. Russia deserves to qualify. End of. Enough said. Fourth up was Azerbaijan, and this is an interesting one because for me, this is a surprise qualifier. I'm actually very surprised this qualified because out of the 5 female slayers that there were tonight, I am very surprised that this qualified, and of course another one didn't, which we'll get to in a few moments. But that being said, did it deserve it? I'm not so sure. I mean, for me, it didn't fully like live. The background for me wasn't as lively as everybody else's. Yes, she was of course a good vocalist and a good performer, probably one of the better vocalists tonight, has to be said. But for me, I'm not so sure I'm going to get behind it on the final. But that's just my estimation. Nevertheless, what do I know? Azerbaijan are in it again. They're in the final again. And good luck to them. Fifth up was Malta. Not a surprise. And you know what? This has gone up in my estimation. This is second best as far as I'm concerned on the night. Yes, only second best on the night. But boy, what a way to close out the show. She slayed it, as the old adage would say. And what a finale. What a finale. She belted out like anything. The outfit wasn't that bad by all accounts. So maybe she'll avoid the Barbadex award. But nevertheless, Malta steamrolled into the final. Easy peasy. Sixth up was Lithuania. It opened the show with a banger and more than deserved to qualify. Of course it was going to qualify. No huge surprise. That being said, the group were a little bit nervous, but happily relieved to qualify. It's just one of them. Was it? Of course it qualified. No problem. Off you go into the final. See ya. Seventh up was Cyprus. Another slayer. Another brilliant piece of choreography and everything else. Do you know what? She looked gorgeous. She really did look gorgeous tonight. And the way it was all performed, the way it was all staged and everything was just so typical of what Cyprus have done over the past few times when they've entered Eurovision. Great entry. Off you go into the final. See ya. Number 8 up was Sweden. While again I'm not a biggest fan of the song, I think again they did more than deserve to go through because it's a memorable track. A million voices, voices, a million voices, voices. It's got the hook. It's got that hook. And how Sweden have always qualified. It's the 10th time in a row they've qualified in the final. That's some feat taking there, that's for sure. Not a huge surprise. Sweden, off you go. See you there. Number 9 up was Belgium. Now, whilst I think initially did predict this to qualify, for some reason I never got that into it come tonight. I think the main reason being was the fact that... is because it was a complete change of mood compared to the rest of the entries. We obviously had a load of bangers. I know in between we had a few slow numbers as well with Slovenia and North Macedonia, but this one for me, I wouldn't say I'm surprised it got through. I am actually really glad it got through because I do like this number, but yeah, initially I thought it might lose out because I don't know, it just never hit me as with this dark tone. I obviously get this dark tones, no problem. But of course, Belgium more than deserved to qualify because of its simple dark toneness. Mind you, the lead singer, I think she had a few wines by the time the announcement was made that Belgium had qualified. And finally, Ukraine. Oh, this was my favourite. This was my number 1. Thank God it qualified. Thank God it qualified. This for me was my number 1. It belted out like anything, especially that background with the runners and everything. I was just amazing, absolutely amazing. Could have very nearly, closed out the show than that, but absolutely slayed it all fronts. I think there were like 1 or 2 iffy bit notes, but otherwise fantastic performance. Go away or go in to the final. See you there. So now of course we are mentioning very briefly the 6 countries that did not make it to the grand final. We're starting off with in alphabetical order Australia. They of course had their live on tape performance, which was colourful, but while their choreography and everything with the backing dancers was fantastic, and actually she was a very good singer tonight, I think it was just the simple fact that because she couldn't make it to Rotterdam itself and actually was, you know, doing like a live on tape performance, which was shown, of course, to the arena, I think that may have let it down a little bit. But then again, personally for me, I didn't see it qualifying at all. I thought it was going to lose out, and oh, I got it right. Hey! Next up was Croatia that didn't qualify, and you know what? I am very, very surprised it didn't, because it was another great slayer. While the staging wasn't as exciting as it could have been for me, this for me is still a surprise, because she's a very good performer, belted it out on the night like anything. She was great. The dancers, I think, were very good with their outfits and everything. I'm very surprised I assume, scraped out. Maybe it only finished 11th or something like that. So, yeah, a bit disappointed, but you know what? It is what it is. Next up was Ireland. Now, Ireland. I am not, after seeing that performance, I am not in the least bit surprised this did not qualify. The staging was dreadful. I honestly didn't get behind that whatsoever. I get why they did it, because of all the cardboardness, you know, with the destinations even, sorry, because it's based on maps and stuff like that. But I so didn't get behind it whatsoever. It was, I won't say it was dreadful. I think that's a bit of a harsh statement, but it just really didn't live up to my expectations. It was just nowhere. For me, it didn't like, what do you call it? It wasn't as fast paced as what it would match with the song. The song was actually half decent, but the staging, I think, really let it down tonight. So that's the main reason why I think Ireland didn't qualify. Maybe came 12th or something, you never know. North Macedonia was, of course, another non-qualifier. Not a huge surprise. Obviously, it tried to elevate something with like the virtual reality thing that they did have there at their disposal and implemented with like a brief thing to begin with, but the rest of it was just like boring. It was boring. I'm sorry, North Macedonia, but it really was, and not a huge surprise. Probably ended up last for all I care. Next up was Romania. Now, this I predicted not to qualify out of so many other fans, pundits out there that did predict this to qualify. Yes, I got this right! The main reason being is because it just, for me, didn't live up to the rest of the billing and was really crowded out by some strong songs. Whilst Romania, yes, I get the vibe. We all get the vibe. It was actually a really good vibe. For me, when it came across on the night with the staging and the choreography, it just kind of lost its way. That's why I think it lost out. And finally, Slovenia, not a huge surprise. It was second up. For me, this was a good vocalist with a very, very weak song. Whilst she made the most out of it, and they certainly did with the staging, the song was just the biggest letdown at the end of the day. And I'm not surprised. To come second in the billing was always going to be tough as it is anyway. So, yeah, sorry Slovenia, that's why you're gone. And finally, the list here in front of you is the countries that have been allocated the first or second half, respectively, in the allocation draw post the first semi-final. Let me know of your thoughts on all of this in the comments section below. And that is literally it. Done and dusted for that first semi-final. What a show! Can't wait for second semi-final on Thursday night. And yes, I will be making another one of these videos right here. But please do let me know what you think of it all. Who was your favourites? Did your favourite go through, or did your favourites not go through? If so, please do let me know in the comment section below. Smash that like button as hard as you can, which would be fantastic. And of course, if you want to see any more on my Eurovision YouTube content, then what have you not done? Because I know about a good lot of you haven't subscribed at all to my channel. If that's the case, what are you doing? Smash the subscribe button down there. And if you want to see a little playlist of my initial reactions to all the songs this year, click over there. And of course, ring that bell to get notified about my latest videos if you already subscribed. Thank you again so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Or more to the point, on Thursday. See ya! Toodaloo! Eurovision's back!